Hi, this video is about how did I learn the language. Okay, many of my students of English House, they have been asking me how did I learn English so well and how do I speak so well like this. So what did you do? Okay, what did you specifically do to learn English? They've been asking me like this. So I usually describe them in a couple of voice messages, which was lengthy. So I had to repeat the same things to many other students when the other students ask same question. So I always wanted to do a video on that. Okay, so I can share the link simply. So learning the language, learning English in my life was a great thing which I have done in my past life. Like, with that only I live my life today. So that was a skill I acquired, not I was born with. Simply, what did I do? I can explain by telling about my school time. Okay, as you might have thought, like I didn't study in any, CBSE streams or English medium schools like that. Nothing like that. Okay, I didn't study any kind of courses, or I didn't go for any kind of tuition, spoken English, nothing like that. I just studied in a normal kind of school. Even it was an Arabic college in my high school level. Okay, before that, before high school, I was actually a really backward student. Okay, I didn't know where I was going, for what I was going. I don't remember the days I went to school on the special things or anything. I don't remember anything about my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 classes. I don't remember anything especially. I can remember the faces of the teachers, but I don't have any memories there. Okay, because I was a very backward student. I didn't study anything. I was not able to study. I don't know why. I was not a bad student, but I was not a studious one. Okay, I was not mischievous, or I was not bad. I was not a problematic student in the class. I was just a calm guy. Okay, let's come to the point. When after 8th standard, I got a school change. At that moment, what happened was, when I reached that place, it was boarding school, an Arabic college with a boarding school. So what happened was, when I reached there, most of the students were not so good, especially in language. So I was knowing a little bit, more. So I got a chance to be recognized. Okay, so the teachers were knowing my name. They were asking me, they were calling my name. I became a class leader in the 8th standard in that school. I mean, what I'm going to say is I got a kind of recognition from there. Okay, so I was thinking like I'm studying. Okay, once you got a recognition, that's a big motivation actually. So you will be, in a desire to, take it forever, to have it forever. So that's the time of my language learning. There was a teacher called Samir Abdullah, with whom I have a connection. I have a great connection still. I have a great contact with him still. So I speak with him. I meet him sometimes and speak about a lot of matters, okay, physical and metaphysical things. He was actually my English teacher. And I also had a lot of English teachers before, the LP, UP sections, but I don't remember any of their classes especially. Okay, I can remember the names, their faces, that's okay, but I don't think they did something extra to make the students learn English. They took the chapters, they read the novels, the stories, and the poems, they set exams. That's only. They told a lot of funny things in the class. What I'm telling is, in the 8th or 9th standard, this teacher, Mr. Samir Abdullah, he came to the class and told, I can remember everything. He came to the class and told, and he opened the book of English and he closed it. Okay, what I'm going to do this year is, I'm not going to take this textbook for you. Instead of that, we are going to discuss and learn grammar. Okay, many of us bought a new notebook for that, and we started noting down the points, grammar sections, the activities. He gave us a lot of activities. Okay, that's the main thing. It was not his duty. That was the basement. At that time, in the 9th standard, okay, he told us, like, if you study the language, if you study English grammar, you will be able to pass any English exams in future. Okay, so if you study this novel, this prose and poems in this textbook, in the activities, and if you have done these activities, you can pass this year, or even you can pass the next year, but you will get stuck in +2 and degree on or the other courses, like for any other exams you are going to write. So for anything like this, you need English language without making mistakes. You have to write the answers. Even if you know the answer, you have to write it correctly without grammar mistakes. So that's why he took that decision, and we supported it. Many of the students took that very seriously, including me. So, and what I'm going to say is we got the benefit. So English was an easier thing since then. So after that, 10th, we wrote 10th and we passed, okay. And plus 1 plus 2, it was humanities, because I was not good in science and maths. I was not interested, and I was not good at it. Because of my lack of interest, I was not good at it, or because of my lack of proficiency, I was not interested in it. Okay, both can be the reason. And what happened after that was I went to a parallel college for my humanities, okay, and I got more recognition from there. Okay, I was a good student in the class, and some kind of the topper, some kind of what to say, teacher's favorite student or something. Okay, because I can understand, I can learn. I'm in the first position, the first one in the first bench. Okay, so you have to understand, just because of the recognition I got from the other school, my whole life changed. That's what I'm gonna say. So just listen carefully, teachers. Make a recognition for the children. They will come up. It was the first time in Nalanda College, its history, that a student spoke in English in the send-off program. That was me. He told about it. I started this college 30 or 35 years back, but this is the first time a student of this school, this college, this parallel college, speaks in English, what to say, voluntarily. I wanted to thank every teachers, okay, in English, and I did that well. So after that, I went to Najat College for BA English, and it was easy for me to attend the classes. So to the main point, how did I learn the language? It's only because of my practice. Okay, it was not because of the classes I got, not because of the graduation I had, but just my practice, my personal attempts to speak the language. That was the reason how I'm able to speak like this, okay, right now. At the moment, okay, in my plus 1 and plus 2, that was the time I was trying to speak English. Okay, before that, as I told you, at the 10th standard, I didn't speak anything, but I was okay to write English without mistakes, because I got the grammar in 8th standard. At the time of my plus 1 and plus 2, what I did was, I didn't get that much time, I didn't get that much opportunity to watch a lot of films in English. Exposure was very low to me. So what I had is a kind of mobile phone like this. I mean, it's not a phone, it's a remote. So keypad phones, Nokia 1600, 1800, like that. Okay, many phones I had. So with that phone, what can I do? I just dialed the customer care. Usually I dial to customer care service, and I speak with them in English. I just choose a language, English, and I kept asking them about many problems which I didn't have actually about my phone, like the network problem or the things in settings, how to change this. Okay, so they explained. Okay, so I was having a good time making some conversation with the executive. So that was the first thing I did to learn, speaking, to make my English speaking good. Okay, so that's because of that I got some confidence, because I have spoken to many people who already speak English very well, the customer service executives. So based on that experience, I started speaking with other people. I started to speak on programs like elocution or English, wordplay, something I attended, and I got prizes. So that was the exposure which I made, not people gave me, but I made. That's the main part. So you have to make it. Okay, now after that we started to get some much more better phones, like multimedia phones, not even the smartphones, but multimedia phones like Nokia, Java operating system. I used them to create an account in Facebook, okay, and I was planning to make some international connections, like from people from UK and US, and I tried a lot of people, and I kept messaging like 100, 200, 300 people. I made DMs, but actually nobody responded. After that only I understood that they are not taking these things seriously. After that we got smartphones. That was the best time in learning the language. So with smartphones and with good internet of 3 days of Airtel, like 19 rupees, we got 3 days unlimited internet. Okay, so at that time I watched a lot of English videos on YouTube. YouTube was not this much fast at that time, so it was buffering every time. Okay, so I started downloading the videos I was watching. Okay, especially I watched the speeches, not films, not scenes, not other things, not news, not documentaries, nothing like that. But I was interested in speeches because I was learning humanities, and politics was much more interesting at that moment. Okay, so I was studying about George Bush and the Gulf War, Kuwait and Iraq, war. So I was searching for the videos, like the speeches of those things. Okay, and the things like the Berlin Wall. Okay, I was searching. I was studying about Berlin Wall. There was a speech delivered by Ronald Reagan. Okay, in the side of Berlin Wall. Okay, Ronald Reagan was addressing Mr. Gorbachev. Mr. Gorbachev, come here to this gate, like that. Okay, too many great speeches I downloaded. Okay, like 20, 30, 40 kind of numbers of speeches I downloaded, and I kept watching and again and again and again while I was eating, while sleeping, while waking up, every time. Okay, I was addicted to that kind of speeches, and I listened it a couple of times, many times, 10 times, 20 times. What was the reason to watch this again and again? Only because I didn't understand anything in the first time. So there was an instance, like I downloaded a video of Steve Jobs. He was delivering a speech in Stanford University wearing a red kind of robe, kind of overcoat or something. So he was delivering his, what to say, kind of address to the students who are going to graduate at that moment. So convocation ceremony, yeah. So I downloaded that and I started watching that, but I didn't get anything, literally anything. Okay, and after the second time, the third time of watching, I got is, was, that, this kind of things. Okay, I didn't get completely, but I thought like I'm not going to get this and I'm not going to understand this ever. Okay, so I just put it aside and I concentrated on the other videos. Okay, other kind of speeches of George Bush, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, okay, Ronald Reagan, and the other one was Steve Jobs, the other speeches. Okay, later, after years, I mean 1 or 2 years, I listened to that speech again of Steve Jobs, and I started understanding that very easily. He was speaking by just stopping each and every word. I felt like that, but it was the same video, same length, same tempo, everything was same. Now I understood that if you watch the same video again and again, it will become easier. The more you listen the video, the more it becomes simpler and vivid and clear and easily to understand. Okay, so this was the main point I did to learn the language, to listen the speeches. So I don't recommend to anybody to listen speeches, but it was my point, it was my way. So you can do anything you want, you wish, you would love to do, like watching films. That's enough. Okay, watching some kind of documentaries, or what you have to do is listen English language very well in order to speak. Okay, if you wish to write English, you have to read, you have to start writing. But in order to speak English, just don't focus on reading and writing, but you have to listen English. Okay, that's the main point. Keep listening, listen again and again and again, and one day you will speak like that speaker. Okay, thank you.